Okay, so have you ever been in a position where you bought a stock and then you put a trailing stop loss on it and then it sells out of nowhere because the stock absolutely tanks? Then maybe like a month later it goes up 50%? No? Just me? What is going on, everyone, and welcome to Stock Rank. My name is Johnny and it's so good to be with you all, and today we are going to talk about using trailing stop losses, when to use it, why to use it, and how you can maximize your gains but minimize your losses. Let's go ahead and get started. And so basically what a trailing stop loss is that you will set a percentage to which if the stock drops, then you would sell out of the position. So let's say that you bought a stock at $10 and you put a trailing stop loss at 10%. So that would mean if the stock goes down to $9, then it would sell out of your position. So the first thing that I would say about using a trailing stop loss is don't use it for an initial position unless you are a day trader or if you are looking for a quick turnaround play. We can see, especially with retail investors over the past few months, that there has been a huge correction. And so if we were to simply just go ahead and put a trailing stop loss down at the beginning in February, then we would be out of a lot of our positions rather than averaging ourselves down to a better cost basis. Because the question that you need to ask yourself is, if this position or this stock that you're invested in goes down 10, 20% or whatever you were thinking your stop loss would be, would you rather buy it or sell it at that time? I would assume if you are looking more of a long-term perspective that you would want to be buying more. And that's why using a trailing stop loss for your initial position isn't such a great idea. And so the only other exception that I can think of when it comes to using the trailing stop loss is if you haven't done your full research on it, but you believe that the stock is going to move up quickly. I know a few people that actually wanted to get into Palantir and they believed that Palantir was going to shoot up really quickly. And so that's why they ended up putting a trailing stop loss early. Personally, there's only 2 times to which I would be using a trailing stop loss. Personally, I think that there are huge benefits to using stop losses, but it has to be used at the right time. And a good example of this is Workhorse. So I ended up getting into Workhorse probably about a year ago. And so I actually got in relatively in the mid-teens. And so I was in this position all the way up to $40. If this company did not get the USPS contract, it would not be worth $40 a share. And so I ended up selling out of some of my position using the trailing stop loss. And I was able to get profits out of this position even though it went from $40 to around $10. And the only other time that I would actually use a trailing stop loss is if the stock price, wherever it is at right now, is actually a good selling price. A good way to look at this is ask yourself what you believe the price target is. If you believe that the stock has another $10 to go, there's no reason to put a stop loss on it, because if the stock falls to the percentage that you put it at, then you won't be able to get those $10 in gains like you wanted to. And so for me personally, what I end up doing is if it hits that price target, then I'll put my trailing stop loss down. But for high growth stocks, honestly, I will not do it at like 5% or anything like that, because I know that that could happen in nearly a day. I would probably be somewhere around 10 to 15%. But honestly, I feel like the positions that I'm in, I do not want to use a trailing stop loss unless I know that it hit my price target. And so the benefit of doing it at the price target is that you still get to keep a lot of your gains. Let's say that you had a $10 stock that you believe was going to go up to $30 and you ended up seeing it all the way up to $30 and then you put a 10% stop loss down. Well, that would mean that it would be at somewhere around $27. So the reality is that you would still be gaining $17 from your position without taking more losses. And if that stock doesn't reach that price target, and let's say that it goes down and has a correction, then you will be able to buy during that correction. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you don't mind, would you consider smashing that like button, as well as comment down below what your thoughts are when it comes to using a trailing stop loss. I post a few videos a week, so if you want to know when those videos come out, feel free to hit that subscribe button as well as hit that notification bell. But hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and we will see you in the next one.